Okay, so I've decided to do this as a YouTube video for the channel instead of on the group. That's for the professional contractors, just because this actual screen wasn't showing up very well for a small, a sort of small portrait size video. So this is about filters for whether it's sanding wooden floors or actually tile and stone restoration guys too. So there is a difference between your P3 filters, your A2 P3, and you've got these here, the ABEC 1 P3 as I call them. So this is obviously your sort of premium one, if you like. This one here covers absolutely everything except very fine dust, which is back down to the P3 itself. So really you want 2 out of 3 of these filters. Recently I had to get this one because this wasn't available. And the P3 one does a few things. If you're just sanding, fine dust and you're applying water-based products, lacquer for example, then that's absolutely fine. You're going to be okay with just the P3. But if you're doing other things such as using solvents, so I know a lot of guys are using solvent stains still, which are like 95 to 98% solvents in those. So you want to be having either this or the more expensive filter on your face. So these ones cost, what's this, about £10, £32, about £40. So, and they'll last a long time as well, as long as you keep them in a nice airtight container afterwards. These are going to last with no issues whatsoever. I know when I spoke to somebody at 3M, they said that you can keep going with these filters until the point that you feel like it's becoming more uncomfortable to breathe. So an important one here, formaldehyde. So if anyone is still using acid catalyst lacquers such as Sadolin PV67, I think it's called, then that's high concentrations of formaldehyde. So you want to be actually wearing the most expensive mask there for that one. That's going to protect you more. Brick acid, well, for the tile and stone cleaning guys, there's the type of acid used in most of the branded cleaners is not the same as what's in brick acid. I think it's probably worth taking the precaution and just wearing that, especially if you're spraying it down onto floors and stuff as well. I think that's an important one. Silica, all 3 of them do them okay, which is good. You actually, tile and stone guys, you won't worry too much about that. Because especially on polishing floors with diamond polishing, it's normally done wet to keep any actual dust on the ground. But for the wooden floor guys, you'll find that water-based lacquers do contain silica. It's an engineered type of silica, so it doesn't quite have the same health effects being contaminated with it long term as silica from concrete and stone. But at the same time, why take the risk? Why take the risk of applying water-based products for 10, 15 years and inhaling actual engineered silica into your body? No point doing that. And it's all about repeated exposure. A DIY customer using whether it's solvent-based products or water-based, doesn't matter which ones, is probably going to be okay. They're just using it once. But you guys are using it day in, day out for 10, 15, 20, some guys with 30 years. So repeated exposure is how you get sick in the end. So yeah, I would buy, if this one was in stock, I'd buy the P3 and the more expensive one, and then you can just swap these ones over onto the different masks and you'll be fine. Now, in a job recently, I was using an alcohol-based primer. I did try the P3 for about 5-10 minutes. Didn't work. In 5-10 minutes, you could smell the actual product through the mask filters. Well, not through the filters really as well, probably through the filter. Yeah, it was through the filters because the fit was good actually, because when I switched to the A2 P3 filters, no smell whatsoever. And that was 100 square meters of flooring with alcohol-based primer, and doesn't matter if it's solvent-based or water-based, the biggest period of off-gassing is during that application when the product's wet, and that's when you're most exposed. So you want to lower that exposure down and keep yourself safe. Yeah, there's absolutely no point putting your health at risk for, well, for a paycheck at the end. No point at all. So stay safe, guys.